What if I told you the cost of human work is about to collapse almost overnight? Right now, in the United States, 1 hour of labor costs roughly $46. That number quietly shapes your entire life, what you pay for food, rent, transportation, everything. But something is changing. Not gradually, not someday, right now.
Some of the biggest companies in the world are preparing to push that cost below $2 an hour. Not 10, not 5, 2. And when that happens, it won't just make things cheaper. It will rewrite the rules of the global economy. The strange part? The biggest impact might not be mass unemployment, but the exact opposite.
This will be a series of video that will present you new free AI tools and news. So don't forget to subscribe and drop positive comments. So the next video episode will show on your video recommendations.
To understand why, you need to see a crisis almost no one is talking about loudly enough. The world is running out of people. In South Korea, the fertility rate has dropped to 0.7. For a population to stay stable, it needs 2.1. China has already passed its peak workforce. It's been shrinking for years, and its population has now declined for 3 consecutive years. In the United States, births are falling so fast that by 2030, deaths are expected to outnumber them. Across developed countries, the working-age population started shrinking in 2025, and according to research published in The Lancet, by the year 2100, over 97% of countries will be below replacement level. Governments have tried everything: tax breaks, parental leave, financial incentives. Nothing has reversed the trend.
Now here's where everything flips. Because at the exact same moment the world is running out of workers, a new kind of worker is being built. In January 2026, Tesla made a move that most people completely underestimated. They stopped producing 2 of their most iconic cars, the Model S and Model X. Not because demand disappeared, but because something bigger was coming. They're turning those factory lines into production for humanoid robots. The robot is called Optimus, and this isn't a prototype anymore. It's designed for mass production. Its hand alone has 50 actuators and 22 degrees of freedom, one of the hardest engineering challenges Tesla has ever tackled. Harder than their cars, only rivaled by rockets.
Now let's talk about the number that changes everything. The cost of a robot worker. Take a robot priced around $25,000. Run it 20 hours a day, about 7,000 hours a year. Even with a conservative lifespan, the math becomes shocking. The cost drops to roughly $1.50 to $2 per hour. No salary, no insurance, no breaks, no sick days. Compared to $46 for a human, that's a 96% reduction in labor cost. At this point, most people jump to the same conclusion. This is going to eliminate jobs. Truck drivers, warehouse workers, retail staff, manufacturing. Millions of roles suddenly competing with something 25 times cheaper. Sounds like a disaster. But history suggests something very different. In the 1800s, economist William Stanley Jevons noticed a strange pattern. When steam engines became more efficient, they used less coal per machine. So logically, coal consumption should have dropped. It didn't. It exploded. Because cheaper energy made entirely new industries possible. This became known as the Jevons paradox. When something becomes dramatically cheaper, we don't use less of it. We use a lot more.
We've seen this again and again. Cheaper computers didn't reduce spending on tech. They put processors in everything. Cheaper data storage didn't reduce usage. It created platforms like YouTube and TikTok. Each time, costs dropped and demand exploded. Now apply that to labor. If work drops from $46 an hour to $2 an hour, it doesn't mean less work gets done. It means services that were too expensive suddenly become normal. Entire industries appear overnight. Demand for labor, real or robotic, skyrockets. Think about it. 24/7 personal care for the elderly, hyperlocal manufacturing, constant infrastructure maintenance, services we don't even imagine today.
This has happened before. When mechanical looms appeared in the 1800s, textile workers panicked. One machine replaced many artisans. But fabric became so cheap that demand surged. People bought more clothes than ever before. Entire industries were born. And decades later, more people worked in textiles than before. Today, the same kind of transformation is starting again. Companies like Figure AI, Agility Robotics, and Unitree Robotics are already deploying humanoid robots in real factories. Even BMW and Toyota are testing them on production lines. This is no longer experimental. This is industrial scale.
Even Elon Musk admits these robots aren't fully productive yet. Some demos have raised questions. Experts like Rodney Brooks remain skeptical about near-term capabilities. And timelines have already slipped. But the direction is clear. A shrinking workforce, combined with rapidly improving automation, means this shift isn't optional. It's inevitable. The global labor market is worth over $40 trillion per year. Even a small slice of that makes humanoid robots one of the biggest industries ever created. The transition will be rough, fast, disruptive. But on the other side, history suggests something unexpected. Not the end of work, but an explosion of new work we can't even imagine yet. See you on the next one.